My name's Tiffany, and I'm in from Nova Scotia, Canada, far, far away, and I am the shelter director for this rescue. Right now we're just in the setting up process, just kind of pointing everyone in the direction where everything goes. These dogs, we're not really sure about temperament. We're being told some of them are kind of semi-feral. We're going with the thought that no dog is going to face each other, so that we don't have the face-off in the kennel and the dogs staring each other down all day, every day. So we have 3 rows and they all face away from each other, so no dog will be looking at another dog.
Judy, how come you don't have a zip tie?
Some dogs will tend to get out of them if they get a chance. So we just want to be on the safe side so no one's loose in here.
This will be isolation. It'll possibly be maternity, possibly be if there's mange.
Lori and Tim will do the building tagging and identify the setup for tomorrow's intake. Tiffany, start looking at behavior while we're out there.
This hoarding case started approximately 20 years ago with 8 dogs. Those 8 dogs grew into what we are seeing today, which is close to 100 animals who were in need of assistance.
We get on the property, we're going to go right onto the property. The police department will already be there. The property's already secure, so we don't have to worry about that. It's going to be a long, hot day, so keep hydrated and be safe. Let's go. All right. I'm going to start low and slow. Everybody who I've not designated, please stay back here. Everybody who's been designated, come on.
I'm doing the master intake list for the animals, so I'm identifying, giving them the identification number, which will stay with them throughout the whole process, so we know who they are and where they came from off the property.
This poor man here, he's probably got contact allergens just from being in contact with either dirt or grass or whatever that's caused chronic inflammation and infection on his feet. Other possibilities maybe that's some kind of autoimmune, meaning that the body attacks itself. So biggest thing, we'll get him comfortable, get him some pain meds, and make him feel better.
The best we know about hoarding at this time is it's a psychological and neurological malfunction where somebody keeps large numbers of animals in horrible conditions, as they are in this case. On this property alone, there's 100 dogs with no access whatsoever to water. There's feces everywhere. Old air conditions have been turned into dog houses, and they're metal boxes. I can't imagine anything worse for a dog than a metal box in this temperature. Just to come in here to rescue these dogs, had to have a fire truck bring in water for us. So I have to imagine these dogs have not been getting much water over the past 2 decades the dogs have been living on this property.
just horrific. I don't understand why people do that to animals. It's been going on for quite a long time. I'm happy that we have the opportunity to save their lives.
You know, this wouldn't be possible. We're a small county and we don't have the resources and the funding to be able to handle a rescue like this. And without Animal Rescue Corps, we would be in trouble right now. When these guys have stepped in and helped us out, and it's just a godsend. It really is.
All right, we've got the last dog on the property here. For these dogs, Independence Day and their freedom came a day early. We're gonna get back to the emergency shelter, get these guys under some air condition, get them the medical care they so desperately need. Last dog, everybody, congratulations.
With the partnership with Wilson County Animal Control, we were able to rescue these animals and bring them here to Nashville to our emergency shelter.
We were given vaccines, gave Bordetella distemper vaccine, also a dewormer to get rid of the intestinal parasites. They all have that.
My name is Kat Martin. My role with Animal Rescue Corps is as the animal care manager at the temporary emergency shelter that we have set up. What that entails is basically helping the volunteers know what their roles are, guiding them, giving them direction, making sure that the animals are well cared for.
We're helping with evidence to identify the dogs, so we have a good picture, a photograph of them, along with their ID number and the operation.
Most common things I am seeing right now are a lot of dental decay and also a lot of teeth wear. So I'm having a real hard problem, and I think Dr. Paxton is as well, even aging these dogs. All of the front incisors, which are the front teeth, and the canines are worn down almost to the gum line, and that's probably from, and most likely from, chewing on the wires to try to get out of those cages and chewing on rocks or whatever they could find to eat.
Observe him, see how he responds to certain situations, giving him food, see if he'll take the food. In an environment like this, it's a very comfortable environment, but it's new and it's very stressful for the dog. The dog hasn't been into change, so it's a very changed environment. Does the dog take food? Does the dog, if it does, it's a very, very good sign. If it doesn't take food, how does it respond at different times when I touch it? Does it avoid, or does it instantly go to offensive aggression? It gives me a clear sign how the dog's going to respond to further situations and potential it has to deal with the lifestyles of living in a home.
When we first started the shelter, we had everyone in rows, and we were really noticing the dogs kind of shutting down emotionally. We had some talks how to do some enrichment, and it came about that we decided to, we'll say, reunite all of the dogs with their packs or friends that they were with their whole life.
So what we've done is arranged their crates in what we call flowers, or little pods, with the dogs who when we pulled them together, we placed them together here in the shelter so that they would have some familiarity and some comfort. These are really under-socialized dogs. They haven't had a lot of exposure to people. All they know really are one another for their entire lives. And so we set it up this way so that they could have that, and it's really helped. When we changed the setup of the shelter, they started coming out of their shells, and we saw them relax in a lot of ways that they weren't before. They started eating, they started drinking.
The dogs were just screaming in excitement to see each other, and they were licking each other through the kennels, and it was really, really rewarding.
We got an emergency call over the weekend from the White County Sheriff's Department. He had a hoarding case. He had seen us on the news. He knew we were in town, and the need was desperate. These dogs and other animals were suffering significantly, so we couldn't hesitate to do what we needed to do to get out here and rescue these animals.
The first time last year when they picked up 55, the animal control officer that's here right now from White County said he'd come here because the owner here took the animals to the animal control offices to get the $10 surrender fee. So he kept doing it and getting money, more money, and more money, and then he figured it out like, hey, something's going on. So he came out here to the residence. They picked up 55 last year. Amazing. But now we've got a bunch this year. This is the third time. Hopefully it's the last time.
We're now on Operation Freedom Part 2. We've got dogs, cats, a donkey, a goat, you name it. We've got no shortage of animals out here that have been suffering greatly. So we should look for a grave site?
I'd say, well, we got one here laying here somewhere.
He scooped it up.
We got something laying over there.
So this property definitely has quite a few sick animals. All are in deplorable conditions as far as their housing enclosures. I haven't found any that really have much fresh water. Got dogs with mange, fleas, everything has fleas and ticks. So we just need to get them out of here so they can get medically treated.
The animals need homes, permanent homes, and they're in bad shape.
We believe that 100% of the animals on the property, safety is in jeopardy.
Okay.
Even the donkey and the goat, because of the living conditions.
There's no pasture, there's no hay.
They're not strong. And we can give you a document stating all this. He's not going to give them up.
Well,
so I think we're going to need a...
We may have to, I'll just tell her she's going to have to give them up.
We've worked through some of the challenges, and we've got we're taking all these animals off the property, and it looks like by consent. So we're going to go ahead and get started on removing them. You're getting off of that chain. Today is the day that you will never see that chain again. How about that, huh? Chain no more.
This group here is wonderful. When they come in, they assess the dogs. They got forensic and everything with them. They got enough volunteers that handles all the animals. We got places to place them while they're being looked after, and everybody works as a group.
We're very thankful for the help that we got today from Animal Rescue Corps. Without them, there's no way we could have done this and saved these animals.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
Good job.
Good job, everybody. All right, let's go.
Over the past week, we've worked 2 different cases. First case, Operation Freedom on July 3rd, was actually a hoarding case. They were brought to the shelter. Those were a little harder to handle because they weren't used to it, but they are slowly coming around. That's been the hardest part for this past week. I know the volunteers wanted to love on them, and some of them were being slower than others to come around. But those all got vaccinated and tested and looked over and treated for anything major going on, and so they're doing much better. Most current case is a case where people were kind of acting as a sanctuary of sorts. Couldn't find really any clean, safe drinking water on property. Some animals without water at all. All the chickens are really thin. Again, we have the same issues: parasites, skin disease, matting, eye issues, bunch of things. A lot of animals unspayed, not neutered, and that went for the last group as well. None of them were spayed or neutered. So we're going to start tonight on the second group and get them all vetted and cared for and tested, make sure they're happy and healthy. These dogs were definitely at least more open to touch and people interaction, so it'll be quicker to come around. So I think volunteers will have fun with them. We'll get them feeling better pretty quick.
I'm Carla. I'm responsible for placing all of the animals Animal Rescue Corps rescues. My priority when they get to the emergency shelter is to get pictures and information on each of them so I can begin sharing them with our placement partners to show them the wonderful animals we have and would like to share with them. So together we can ensure that they're getting to their forever homes as quickly as possible.
Ready? Come on, Happy, let's go.
Here we go, good boy. Look at the tail.
Animal Rescue Corps' month of July has been spent here on the ground in Nashville, Tennessee, rescuing nearly 200 animals from amongst the most deplorable conditions on 2 different properties. It has been a tremendous collective effort of individuals, volunteers, and partners to come together and make the promise that these animals will suffer no more. Animal Rescue Corps is incredibly grateful to all of you who have put your lives on hold to do whatever it took to come in here and be here for these animals. Thank you.